Welcome back, and now we're starting with the Guardian newspaper this morning. We have over 83 million Nigerians live on less than 3,100 naira daily, Oxfam reveals. NLC, Serap, YRC fault Showore's detention, demand release. Unruly behavior, NCAA blacklists Ayinde, petitions for criminal charges. And on the big story pages 4 and 5, we have toxic braids, cancer, fertility risks, trail Nigeria's $429 million synthetic hair obsession. ADC knocks PDP over moves to woo Obi, claims party has lost influence. WAEC recalls results, directs candidates to check afresh. Still on The Guardian, 300 repentant terrorists undergoing rehabilitation, says federal government. And 2027, 151 new parties indicate interest, submit forms, says INEC. All right, now moving over to the Nigerian Tribune. Flooding, Lagos, Ogun, Delta, Kogi, 11 others at high risk. With rider 198 local government areas may be flooded on page 12. Airport saga, NCAA petitions AGF, IGP to investigate, prosecute Kwam 1, with riders FG bans him from flying for 6 months. Aviation workers to down tools, August 11 over salary dispute on pages 3 and 7. FG to disburse 300,000 naira to 21,000 farmers, disburses 493 billion naira to 5 million households. Tinubu lifts ban on NSIPA's frozen accounts. Mounting deficits raise concern over bank takeover as Ikeja Electricity reports 25 billion naira pre-tax loss. Still on the Nigerian Tribune, 2027 worries over APC congresses, with riders defecting governors hard hit. Why Tinubu picked Yilwada on page 4. 155 associations seek INEC's recognition as parties. Continuous voter registration to begin August 18 in 811 centers. Now over to the Punch newspaper. On the headlines, we have glitched grades, WAEC in crisis over results errors. Candidates urged to recheck new results after 48 hours. Students protest, parents slam CBT plans. 29 governors spend 80 billion naira on travels in 6 months. Kenya plane crash kills 6 after Ghana tragedy. Correctional Service sacks 15 officers, demotes 59 in major sweep. Ibadan market shut as late Olubadan is buried. Rivers elders ask Tinubu to halt LG poll, reinstate Fubara. Alright, 2027 ADC caught in crossfire as Atiku Obi rivalry escalates. Obi camp accuses ADC of marginalization. Party vows level playing field. Now over to the Blueprint newspaper. Remi Tinubu donates 110 million naira to families of 22 Kano athletes killed in auto crash. CBN targets forex violators as forensic audit uncovers major infractions. Alright, equity market sustains growth trend, gains 479 billion naira. 15 NTO officers dismissed, 216 others sanctioned. Alright, now over to the Daily Trust newspaper. Protests in Zamfara over renewed bandit attacks. Students, parents, educationists flay WAEC results review. 2027, North not swayed by one-term promise, ACF spokesman. Still on the Daily Trust, FG puts 32 states, 832 communities on flood alerts. Hunger in Nigeria, presidency disagrees with Daily Trust editorial. Food program suspension, government declares 575,000 vulnerable. All right, that is it on the Daily Trust. Now we're moving over to the Daily Independent newspaper. Over to the Daily Times newspaper. Nigerian Correctional Service sacks 15 officers, demotes 59 over misconduct on page 2. FCTA storms Abuja black spot, destroys shanties, impounds 20 vehicles. Remi Tinubu donates 10 diagnostic machines, 1 billion naira to FCTA. FGI's PPP to bridge 3 trillion naira gap as NNPCL exits road funding. Tinubu nominates 39-year-old Abdullahi Ramat as NEC chairman. Quam 1 action offense under Nigerian law, says FAN, as Kiyamo orders no-fly ban on page 15. Now over to the Vanguard newspaper. On the headlines, we have FX forward contract, CBN reviews legal actions against defaulters on page 19. Telecoms blackout looms as base station operators, diesel suppliers battle. Nigeria may break up before 2027, says Modo. Heavy floods to hit 198 local governments in 31 states, FG warns. More than 832 communities at risk. Over 100 major transportation routes face possible disruptions. Lagos government mulls humanitarian intervention in affected communities. Road reverse slams government over victims' eviction order. You can see that on page 5. I was removed as governor for refusing to make Uba my deputy, says Ngige. On sports, Super Falcons maintain position on FIFA World Ranking, remain number 1 in Africa. Alright, now to the Matrix newspaper. Tinubu appoints new CEO, 2 commissioners for NEC to assume office in acting capacity pending Senate screening. FG rehabilitating 300 repentant terrorists, launches new agribusiness plan. Alright, technical glitch like UTME, outrage trails SSC results fiasco, with riders stop giving young students unnecessary headaches, says Nigerians. Education Ministry confirms resolution, reaffirms commitment to exam integrity. Alright, that's the much we can take on the Matrix newspaper and on the newspaper headlines this morning. And Chris Maduka is in the studio this morning for the review as always. Good morning.
Good morning, Richard.
How are you today?
Fine, thank God. Did you sleep early? That's wonderful. Anyway, that's a new day. Signature TV newspaper headlines will have so many touching headlines to do with. So welcome to all our numerous viewers across the globe.
Right, so we're still seeing issues of flooding on the Nigerian Tribune. We're seeing Lagos, Ogun, Delta, Kogi, 11 others at risk. And over 198 local government areas may be flooded currently. And I mean,
heavy floods to hit 198 LGAs in 31 states, FG1s. I was expecting to say heavy floods to hit 198 LGs in 31 states. FG takes action. Who is FG warning?
What would they do?
The citizens are at harm's way. And these are citizens that are citizens of Federal Republic of Nigeria. And your government is warning, are you wanting them to pay tax? Are you warning them that what? I don't know why you're warning them that flood will come and carry them. Yes, flood will eventually come and displace them, and some of them might be killed or be swept away. What is FG doing? We have a ministry that is in charge of environment. We even have special manager. We have NEMA, National Emergency. What moves are they telling us they are making to move people to safe grounds? It's not because we are talking about something. You go to some of these places that they are talking about, that are the interiors where you find aged women, aged men, vulnerables, people living with disabilities, children. And most of them are living in these communities helpless. If there's flood going to come, this information me and you are getting, some of them have not gotten it. But somebody will think that they've been informed. The nearest local governments to these communities should begin what you call, even use what is public address system, the mobile ones, drive around and hint it in language they will understand, and be offering them assistance of how to move them to safe grounds. That's the only thing. FG, as far as I'm concerned, federal government of Nigeria can remain wherever they are, or whoever it is, because this in the Vanguard wrote, FG is faceless. They would have told us that the Minister of Environment or whatever, one minister mentioned the name who is warning on behalf of federal government. So we know who to hold account. And you know, this warning, I keep saying, it's only in Nigeria you get this. If it happened in other countries, where these people who are in federal government visit, they know how emergencies are handled. Especially when God has made it possible for you to have alerts.
Yes.
You have early signs of warning. You know, it gives the government opportunity to do something.
Provide
that the citizens will see and now say, we have a government. It's only in Nigeria that flood will be coming. FG will be in Abuja warning people in extreme villages who are helpless. FG, thank you for warning. And keep warning.
Maybe the warning is for the state government
warning
to
who?
Do something.
Because it wasn't clear here. We are talking about that. 833
yes.
32 communities are under siege of this. And the government is still warning. We didn't hear that they warned the government. If FG wants a state government to do something, we'll be holding. This one is general warning. Warning who?
All right, so we're seeing that on The Guardian, over 83 million Nigerians live on less than 3,100 naira daily.
That's the oldest news. It's getting worse. There's used to be, it's 100 naira daily.
3,100 naira.
This is wrong. They've come with all this confusion. There are billions of Nigerians who are living on less 500 naira a day. Quote me. Let them come. Whoever is giving this data, come. Let me go and show them samples. Because we be in a country telling ourselves lies. That's what I hate. We can refuse to accept certain things, giving the world. But I mean, even the development organizations are here with us in all the local, so they know that these are all wrong data. Nigerians, they should segregate Nigerians and aggregate them. There are over billions that are living on less than 500. There are even some that are living on less than 100. The ones living on 3,100 naira are those who used to live on about 100,000 naira monthly or daily. Those are the ones they've reduced there. So Nigeria is not at home.
You always say that.
We are not at home. These are population of people living on less than 3,100 naira.
Yes.
And you know that a liter of fuel in Nigeria is an average of 1,000 naira. Then a penta of rice, of gari, rice is now elitist. A penta of gari, the most commonest used to be, staple food used to be in Nigeria, is not anything less than 5,000 naira, depending on your source and market. But then somebody is saying, I'm living on less than 3,000. If you hear 3,100 naira, put it to move from one point to another. One keke drop. No, not even drop. I mean, just enter and go from the next 100 meters. You are charged about 400 naira. It's on that 3,100 naira. Imagine a family of 4 with the father operating a motorcycle. The mother is selling vegetable. And they have 3 children. Check that family of 5 on 3,100 with the current. But this is a country we have senators and National Assembly people living on 29 million a month. And some of their citizens are living on 3. Check, divide the 29 million and tell me how much individuals who are still in the same country live on daily basis. But their citizens are surviving on 3,100 naira. Let even that, if we accept that. But I know that some people are living on
less than that.
So just check the gap. These are same people we're in this country with, and they're not ashamed. That's what baffles me. So go ahead.
Oh, then another very interesting one I'm seeing on The Guardian. 300 repentant terrorists are currently undergoing rehabilitation.
At where?
I like that question.
We've heard about repentant terrorists going rehabilitation. You know, what baffles me about Nigeria is that if you are using pepper to cure madness, they tell you somebody is mad, you went and grind that kind of osembe. That's one that is so peppery that it's tiny. That's what you grind to give somebody who is already going off his breath to cure madness. How? In which country have we had? Is Nigeria different from the globe? Where in the world have you had that you use pepper to cure madness? Repentant terrorists are going at whose budget and expenses? Where are the ones? Bring them out, the ones that have repented and they've turned to become imams and bishops and archbishops and pastors. Let's see them. Why are we deceiving ourselves and telling ourselves lies? Nigeria! But no problem. If you want to go and plant seeds, and you went and got the very hungry squirrels and put in the basket and in your bag, and still put the seed inside the same bag, you went to plant seed. Now you sabi. How can you tell somebody how to behave and do his own thing? You know, Nigerians have leaders who are taking decisions on behalf of Nigerians, and they are into it. Which other Nigerians come? We are only reviewing the decision. We are saying, if you ask me, which I am a minority voice, that these decisions have not yielded the result. We have had over going to 12 years or going to 20 years of bandits and terrorists insurgents in Nigeria. And there have been stories of recalling, trying to rehabilitate and clean them up. And we have not seen who has been cleaned up and eventually became the GOC of Nigerian army and have come to contest as president of Nigeria. Why are we telling ourselves lies? We had ones that they will rehabilitate them and put them back into the Nigerian army. And I said, we are planting seed with squirrels in our bag. That's all I can say.
Yes.
Let's go.
Now, this WAEC issue is still very much on the headlines. Apparently, glitched grades. Now they are saying it's results errors. So maybe the numbers will get better now that
I told you
they want to check.
Result will get better. You organize the result, you organize the exam, you brought CBT, did test, people failed, you release the result, people protested, you stopped closed down your site, and then went to amend the results to assuage. WAEC has finished itself, and the same Nigerian university will admit these ones that they are going to mend up whatever. They're total confusion. We don't even know where. In fact, WAEC has been, The bug of confusion has beaten WAEC, and that's where their anticlimax has reached its peak. What I said, the snake that beat jam just touched the tail. Struck WAEC with this tail and their confusion. Why? My concern is that if they have done this experimentation with their children, I am sure somebody is a director or whatever position he holds in WAEC. None of his children. I am sure that most of their senior officers in WAEC are not affected by this nonsense over billions of Nigerian children. And we are taking it like this. What else do I wish them? WAEC, good luck. But whatever you sow, WAEC, you will reap. When you sowed good things, you reap. Well, now you sow bad things, who will reap it for you? You cannot work in what is it, public water, and go to another one, Ministry of, and wherever you sow, you reap. That's my prayer. What do you think of what they are doing? A whole WAEC with years of experience, you went to overrate yourself to go into.
Yeah.
He didn't take it in batches. At least go and start with the elite children in elite schools. Let the first move and see how it works before you go down to the villages. You just put the whole Nigerian children together and get CBT for them to go to where? To pass WAEC, to leave secondary school, when some of them have not seen anything like phone or computer in their life. And these are the people you are messing up with their life now. God will punish them. I'm sorry to say, because it's painful. If you are a parent and you have children who are going to pass through this,
it's quite painful, trauma, both for the parents and for the children.
Tell them that you failed exam because I don't have money to buy you computer. I didn't take you through computer training. And the primary school we attended, you don't have computer training. And you went to secondary school. Probably some secondary schools are like deserts. I know of my secondary school. You cannot keep a pin in that school. Criminals will come and pick them. Without go to Nobi High School in Nobi. The school is a den of robbers, and we have state government. These are the people. If you have some students that are still left there, you will put them on CBT. Where will the computer they will use for CBT will have been placed? Even if government gave the computer, it will be in people's houses. You can't bring it to the school. Their school bus is not kept in the school. In fact, they don't live in the school again. All the buildings are dilapidated and collapsing. Where they use a school that used to house students and they have hostels, it's collapsing like that. These are one of the schools that I would have sat for CBT. They are using my own school as an example. This thing that WAEC did, they don't know what they started. This going back to amend the result and start assuaging will not solve any issue. They have opened the air has blown and the chicken yash
has opened.
They cannot handle it. WAEC cannot handle it. WAEC overrated themselves. I say it. It will look like I have any business with WAEC. They've been doing all they've been doing. It's now that they brought themselves out. WAEC is another organization that affected Nigeria has been overrated. I'm sure. I don't know how it affects other countries. But with Nigeria, you just imagine the number of children who have sat for this exam, who are in this crisis. What are we going to tell them? It's part of not planning for them.
Not planning properly.
Now, in daily times, I like that. Nigerian Correctional Services sacks 15 officers, demote 59 over misconduct. I'm saying Nigerian Correctional Services is the organization that corrects. Who are they sacking these officers for? To correct them. Is it that the hunter has become the hunted? If they are Nigerian Correctional Service, they shouldn't sack anybody. If anybody make any mistake, they should put him where they correct people. Why are they bringing them into the society? Who will correct the 15 officers? And for demoting the 15, they would have told us that after demoting them, you put them in somewhere where they call reformation. This is crazy. How can Nigerian Correctional Service, for somebody who did not know they used to be Nigerian prisons, have probably their misconduct? Yes, or they are corrupt. Whatever offense they committed, you sack them into Nigerian society. In Alwana, who are they asking us to ask? they should have corrected them. Even if you want to bring them out of, you correct them before you went there as correctional centers, you discorrected them,
and
even as workers,
and
then sent back. Can't you see that we are still a country that went to plant seed with
squirrel?
If these 15 officers, and they must be high level, with what they know, and they come back to our society to begin to use negatively what they have learned in Nigeria Correctional Service over time, we're adding more to our problem, because they are security, they are security, what they call it, risks. They should have corrected them. That's what I'm trying to say. It's good they notice there are some bad ones among them. But their job is to correct. You shouldn't sack them, you correct them, put them where the people are correct. That is it. It should have been a very simple process. Why are we doing things the other way?
Okay, just very quickly before we go, because we are running out of time. I've seen that INEC is still receiving party registration requests, and I mean,
yeah, that INEC would have escaped us without saying. INEC was saying this is no time for INEC. In one of the headlines says there will no time for. He said there will be no time for. This is not time for mistakes.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. No room for mistakes. Daily Sun. INEC 2027. No room for mistakes. This is a very clear acceptance that INEC, you made mistakes and you never came to tell Nigerians. So you are promising us that 2027 you will not make mistake. For making mistake in 2023 and keeping quiet, God will punish INEC. They come now through the back door to tell us that in 2027 they won't make mistake again. INEC! So you made mistake before? Wow! This country is wonderful. Oh, INEC made mistake before. INEC for accepting. So indirectly that you made mistake in 2023, God will punish. Because God punishes mistakes, especially the one you make and you did not confess openly. We are looking for 2027. What has changed? All this nonsense political talks. Oh, you made mistake, you kept quiet, Nigerians are crying. No, INEC did not respond. They said there was mistake. Sorry, now you are building up to 2007. You are coming back to say there will be no mistakes. Can't you see that we tell ourselves lies? Nigeria! You keep telling yourselves lies, hoping that anybody, America, Trump will come and make it will work. Right. Whatever you sow, you reap. Any goat that is lying on the ground is lying on its skin. Nigeria, lay on your skin.
All right, we have actually, run out of time. Yes,
at least I'm happy.
You are happy.
would have been wrong if I didn't touch about this. 2027, no room for mistakes.
INEC. Yes.
Woe betide the Son of Man.
All right. Thank you so much, Chris, for this review. Your end notes. Yes.
Yeah. God bless Nigeria. God bless all our viewers, and God bless for those who deserve to be blessed. They will receive the blessing of God.
All right. Thank you so much for the review. You can find more details on these headlines on the newspapers of today, and do stay tuned as the morning show continues right after now.